Hey y'all, welcome back. So this video is a little bit different, but basically still the same shit that you guys have come to expect from me. I decided this year that I wanted to try and become a little bit more involved in the photography community, especially in Florida. So I was looking around for different organizations or anything that did meetups or maybe even a print swap, and I actually found two: the Central Florida Photo Club and the St. Augustine Analog Club, both doing cool stuff and having cool meetups that I really wanted to be a part of. And when you know, the Central Florida Club posted that they were having a meetup, and so I decided I wanted to go. But first, and as I'm sure you all know, film photography can really fucking suck sometimes. And just to get ahead of something earlier in this video, I had a roll on this trip that just gave me absolutely nothing. I'm still not 100% sure what happened, but I am pretty positive that it misloaded and just never spooled correctly, so the entire roll was blank. So the entire trip down and half of the actual meetup I've got no photos from. I still decided to put all of that extra footage in the video because ultimately a lot of these videos are sort of travel focused anyways, but ultimately I have no pictures to show from that portion of the trip. So if you're only here to see photos, please skip to this time right now. Otherwise, keep on watching and see what could have been.
All right, well, it is Sunday morning and I'm heading out to the first time I've ever gone to one of the Central Florida Club photo meets. They typically have them on Saturdays, so this is the first one that they've announced since I've been aware of them. That is on a Sunday and I'm off on Sunday, so I thought it'd be cool to document today. We're meeting at Bok Tower Gardens, which is a state park. It's south of Orlando. I'm super excited. I've never been there before, but it looks beautiful. And I'm super excited to meet some people. I'm trying really hard this year to go to more things like this. Photography can often be a very solo thing for me, where I just go out and I don't bring anyone with me, and I just go out by myself and I drive around and I take photos. But, you know, it's nice to talk to people about stuff. So I'm hoping to be able to do more of these. There's another one literally next week in St. Augustine. The St. Augustine Analog Club is putting on, so I'm also going to go to that. Hitting the road now. It's pretty early in the morning, but it's a hair under 3 hours to get down there, so we'll see you guys there, or maybe I'll stop along the way. I gave myself a little bit of time to explore around. I'm gonna take some back roads for a little bit, and yeah.
About halfway through my trip, I realized I was going to get pretty close to the Citrus Tower in Claremont, Florida.
I see it. There it is. The Citrus Tower.
And for all of those of you who don't know what it is, it's like a roughly 220-foot tower built in 1956 so that visitors could see the surrounding orange groves, which aren't there these days due to 3 massive freezes in the 80s that really killed off basically the entire Florida citrus industry. But during the first couple years that the tower was open, it drew up to 500,000 visitors a year.
Well, I was driving along and lo and behold, I found the Citrus Tower. I wasn't really expecting to see anything like this, so it's closed today. I can't go in, but I figured I'd walk around, take some photos, you know. Right next to this place is this crazy President's Hall of Fame fake looking White House thing. Car here? I don't know. Very touristy. Oh my God, there's a Mount Rushmore over there too? What the fuck? And then you get this huge ass view over here. I had a little bit of time to kill because I was gonna get to the tower maybe an hour early, so saw this little tiny town called Dundee. Decided I had to stop by the post office, get some pictures. I am currently working on a little project using small town post offices, so any chance I get, I try to take one.
After a pretty long drive, I finally ended up at Bok Tower. And for all of those of you who wanted to skip ahead to when the photos actually started, you're just about here. Welcome back. I was a little nervous as I had never really been to this park before, nor had I really done a sort of photo walk with a bunch of strangers before. So I sat in my car, drank a little bit of liquid courage, which is Dr. Pepper, and then I headed inside. I was actually shooting on my Canon 8U1 program with my 35mm f3.5 Canon lens that I absolutely love. The park was instantly beautiful. Even at the Welcome Center, there were all these really beautiful plants and the wonderful architecture. It was absolutely stunning. This is the entrance building of the park, and I was already in love, like I said. It was such a nice day out, so you get that beautiful blue sky contrasting with those lovely tones off the building. Really wonderful start to these pictures. Eventually everyone showed up and we started our way into the park. I exchanged some pleasantries with a couple people right there at the beginning, but I was honestly so taken aback with how beautiful the park was that I probably didn't talk as much as I should have, if I'm honest, or maybe that's just the excuse I'm telling myself.
Yeah, it's super pretty.
As you would expect, there were a ton of beautiful flowers all over the place, but these really caught my attention. Just the way that blossom was facing into the light, it just caught my eye. So the main thing that I didn't realize about this place was how high up it was. I know you all think of Florida as a pretty flat place. I mean, I definitely do, and I live here. But here in the middle of the peninsula is the highest point, and that's one of the main reasons that this tower was built here. And here it finally is, that bell tower. A super beautiful structure just nestled in all those trees, complementing each other, but somehow standing out all on its own. And this is my favorite photo of the day, not just because it's one of the few I have remaining of the tower itself, but because how nicely it's framed in this picture. The branches and the trees are just so perfectly placed to use that negative space to really highlight the tower and the colors, and it just fucking works for me.
Yeah, I shot it, but I screwed it up the second time I shot it, so...
I like this photo a lot too. The glow of the trees basking in the sun is super nice, and the glass-like reflection of the water around them is just really cool.
Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. That's right.
As you can tell, we were all super stoked about the fish. So there was actually a wedding about to start when we got there, as you can see from all these chairs. So I'm really glad that we got there when we did, as we were able to walk around the majority of the structure before the ceremony started, and I was able to see it from all angles. But if we had gotten there even an hour later, half of it would have been cut off from us. So it was really perfect timing. After the tower, I sort of made my way off on my own to go check out another of the structures here at the park called El Retiro. It's a super beautiful villa that used to be a personal residence, but is now a part of the whole park and just made for some really awesome photo opportunities. This is also the point of the day that I realized I had fucked up that first roll, and I was really trying to not let that ruin my day. The building definitely helped, but holy shit, I was upset. I almost felt like I was in a different country when I was walking around this villa. Super beautiful building and just so many beautiful plants. After walking around El Retiro for a little bit, I decided I wanted to go back to a few of the spots I had shot earlier in the day to take photos with this new roll of film that I would hopefully not fuck up. Spoiler alert, I didn't. You're seeing them. That was all the photos of the park that you saw up to El Retiro. Just a little bit of video editing magic. I then decided to head to the museum they have here. There were a ton of really nice exhibits, and I learned a lot of history about the place, such as it was built in the 1920s by a guy named Edward Bok. The tower is 205 feet tall, not quite as tall as the Citrus Tower, and both the Bell Tower and El Retiro are in the National Register of Historic Places.
Well, I'm leaving Bok Tower now. What an absolutely stunningly beautiful place. The meetup was great. Everyone was super nice. I'm super awkward, so I didn't necessarily do the best at saying hello to everyone, but everyone I did talk to was super nice. Thank you to the Central Florida Club for hosting that event. It was super cool, but I gotta get to the big negative. You know, film photography fucking sucks sometimes. After I split off from the main group, because I knew I had to wrap up my trip relatively short because I got a long drive back, I went to the other building and I was at 36 exposures. I was like, okay, well oh, it's at 37. Oh, it's at 38 exposures. I misloaded or something, and I have no idea how many pictures I got or anything. I don't fucking know, and all I know is I'm bummed as shit because I got a bunch of really cool photos, I think, but now I'll never know. I mean, I'll get it developed just in case, but that's probably going to be money down the drain. I don't think it's going to be anything on there. So I went back, I had a roll of Portra 400 on me, and I went back to some of the spots I remembered liking, and even though the lighting was different now, I took some of the same photos, and so I'll definitely show those. But God, film photography fucking sucks sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm heading to what people call Spook Hill here in Lake Wales, and apparently if you put your car in neutral, it moves on its own, even though it's not a hill or whatever. I don't know. I figured while I'm here, might as well check it out. So I'll see y'all there. Well, isn't that something? Spook Hill Elementary School. It's pretty funny. All right, let's go see what this is all about. What you're supposed to do is park on the white line, put your car in neutral, and your car just starts rolling back. So I think this is incredible. These people are doing it, and there's a sign. Oh, here we go. Oh, let's see. Incredible. All right. Well, I'm gonna do this really quick, so let's see. You go to the white line, which here we are. That car just went down a wrong one way. Put it in neutral. Wow. Okay, well, it just, yeah, I mean, I'm on a hill, so, I mean, we're moving, because we're just on a hill, so I don't know what, oh, this is silly, but here we go, we're rolling backwards. Well, Spook Hill was pretty spooky. Anyways, on my way home, but I'm gonna make a couple stops along the way, I think. We will see what happens. Well, I was driving back to Gainesville and I saw this cool motel sign on the side of the road, so definitely had to stop, get some photos.
Nothing like a cool motel sign to get me to pull over. I really thought this one was pretty unique, and I liked the framing of it in this photo.
Well, another post office stop. It's golden hour right now, so the lighting is just phenomenal. So let's go check it out. Aka humka.
After realizing I wanted to do that little project with all the post offices, I've tried to get a little bit more creative in my framing of them, not just trying to shoot them from straight on as I had done a lot of them, you know, previously.
I'm not one to waste golden hour lights. Right across the street from that post office is this ice machine, and the light here is just phenomenal right now, so let's try to get a picture or two.
I had one more stop before finally making my way back home. Anytime I'm down near the villages, I always try to look for antique stores, because typically they'll have a really great camera collection, and this one did not disappoint.
Well, that was my last stop of the day. I'm gonna head home. It's about to get dark. So, just got some expired film and a new rangefinder. Been looking for a rangefinder, and this one looked to be in pretty good condition. So hopefully it'll be better than the last one I bought, which was not in good condition. And I didn't know what to look for, so.
And that was the end of the day. You know, this trip and the subsequent video that you're seeing now are really just a big lesson to me to always look on the bright side of life, truly. Yes, I screwed up and lost a half day's worth of photos, but you know, I got to see a really beautiful park. I got to meet a ton of really awesome and wonderful people, and even got some halfway decent photos later on. I had a really wonderful time with the Central Florida Photo Club, and I've actually already gone on another photo walk with them, which will be a future video. As always, thank you so much for supporting my photography, supporting my travels. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever gone on a photo walk with a group, and if you were as awkward as I was. And don't forget to subscribe, you know, the old same old, and I'll see y'all next time.